Chat Daddy Show. It's the real Chat Daddy Show. It's the real Chat Daddy Show.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Wednesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. We want to apologize to each and every one of you. A lot of you have been texting, calling, sending out smoke signals. We apologize. We told you guys we would be back one day this week, which is our Friday, today, Wednesday. But events are opening back up, and Renee and I are being requested to go to theater productions, things that we can come on and talk about on the show. So we apologize to all of our loyal and faithful fans of the Real Chat Daddy Show. Remember, you can also watch encore performances on YouTube and Facebook, the Real Chat Daddy Show. But we are back live in studio this evening, and we have so much to talk to you guys about since the last time we were on air. And so sitting in the co-host chair is the Grande Dame herself, the diva that makes everything so fabulous, the one and only Miss Renee of Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge. Good evening, and how are you? And welcome back, my dear.
Good evening, Chat Daddy, and good evening to our viewing audience on our Friday. Yes, it's been a whirlwind this week. We had an opportunity to see a play, which we're going to talk about shortly, but it is our Friday, and it's the upcoming Resurrection Sunday, in addition to National Tax Day. So, unlike I'm sure all of you've done this, I'm guilty. Got to do those taxes this weekend. So.
I know. And then they were talking about today where if you make under a certain amount of money, you can file your taxes for free. But then, I have a situation where, business versus me versus, you get what I'm saying? So I always have to pay somebody. So I'm guilty as well, too. I need to call and tell them I'll get everything to you. Count me in, file that extension, and then me, get that tax into you guys. But yes, it's been a lot going on emotionally, mentally, physically. And so, but tax day is this coming Monday. It would have been this past Friday, but Friday is a holiday. It is Good Friday. So make sure you guys do whatever you need to do to get your taxes taken care of. And then if you make under a certain amount of money and it's just you, you can file those bad boys for free instead of paying all that money. So that's how it all works. Yes. Well, Renee and I will be covering everything that we participated in, attended, all of that since the last time we were on the air with you guys. Speaking of this being Resurrection Sunday, and as we all know, most people have wonderful Easter meals. A week later is Greek Orthodox Easter, and that's a part of a big feast as well, too. Today is National Peach Cobbler Day. So is that a yay or a nay for you, Renee?
A yay all day, Chat Daddy, because my late Nana, not only she made those wonderful sweet potato pies, she baked some mean peach cobbler. My mom was not necessarily, but my grandmother, OMG. Thinking about it, I'm satiated right now.
Yes, absolutely. I love a great peach cobbler. I love one with a great crust, a very flavorful crust, crust that's flaky enough that gives you that bite, but yet those peaches give you the sweetness. And for a long time, I was not somebody who really enjoyed ice cream on my peach cobbler, but from time to time, I will have ice cream on it. But yes, today is National Peach Cobbler Day. Now, today is also National Make Lunch Count Day. April 13th of every year is National Make Lunch Count. A lot of us have been in the pandemic. We've been at home. We've not, you eat whenever you want to eat. Well, as people are going back into the office, going back to locations, lunch breaks are essential now, because keep in mind, even for somebody like me, anybody, you eat, lay down, do some work from home, work remotely, whatever. So a lunch break is a great way for you to recharge your batteries, to fuel the body. And so we want to remind everyone that please make sure you take care of lunch. And a lot of restaurants have lost business because of the pandemic, because their crowd was a lunchtime crowd. And it still
Exactly.
has not gone back to full capacity yet.
I know, I know. And you're right. You got to make, you should make every meal count, but more importantly, make that lunch break count, because there are times, when both of us, we've worked in offices where I just need to get the heck away and
Right,
just go
right,
somewhere and, enjoy the air and just and the breeze
right.
and get me something
Yeah.
quick to eat and come back. So, yes, please y'all make lunch count, not just today, every day.
And see, I enjoy my lunch after 1 o'clock
Okay.
because it makes the day go by quicker. You know what I'm
It
saying?
does. I
Right.
agree. I
Yes, yes.
agree.
So lunch after 1 o'clock is perfect for me. And then when I come back, you just finish out the day. You be the most productive during the day, and then kind of close out afterwards. So okay, very good. All right. Well, as you guys all know, we're a health and wellness show, and we usually give you the latest COVID-19 update numbers each and every night on the show. But things have now changed. They have changed in dramatic ways. Illinois Department of Public Health announced that it is adapting a new federal guideline of tracking COVID-19. So this came down from the federal level. At the community level, they will no longer be reporting test and case positivity numbers. As you guys all know, since the beginning of this pandemic, here on this show, we've always said to you how many cases per day, how many deaths per day, things like that. They will not be doing that anymore. They will now just be talking about how many people have been vaccinated. Now, the only way that they will talk about it, that if like case numbers go up considerably, but it'll
Mhm.
all be based on hospitalizations and the severity of the hospitalizations. So as you guys all know, I usually say there are 524 people in the hospital, 38 are in the ICU, 21 are on ventilators, whatever the case may be. They will look at that as a way of reporting it, but not the numbers of cases and people. And as you know, the city of Philadelphia has put their mask mandate back in place. Anywhere in public, you would have to wear a mask. Matter of fact, in the city of Philadelphia, their COVID rate numbers have climbed more than 50% in the last 10 days. They are averaging
Mhm.
142 new cases per year, an increase of 69% in the last 10 days as well, too. So at first it was a 50%, and now it has gone up to a 69%. And so the top doctors here in Illinois said that they don't see a need for it. They don't know, right now we're doing very well. But here's the other piece: the number of people who are testing at home and not reporting it. Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Mama always said, drink a ginger ale and go boo boo. So, I mean, that might be, that might be the remedy to it all, So I don't know. It's weird to say. Your mama used to always say that. Just go to the bathroom, drink a ginger ale and go to the bathroom. She acted like that was the cure all for it all. Drink a ginger ale, go to the bathroom. Yes. So what do you think?
Well, I was always interested in learning and hearing the numbers in addition to the positivity rate. That's going away as well. So,
Right.
given the fact that, the federal government has extended the mask mandate for planes, trains, and automobiles. So it
Yeah.
was going to end this coming weekend. They extended additional 2 weeks. So there's a lot of misinformation and a lot of contradictory information, I should say.
Yes.
And all I'm going to say is on this show, I'm still wearing my mask. In
Yes.
fact, I'm wearing it to June-November 2025.
Well, that's ironic that you would say that. I was talking to a friend today, and I was telling her about, how they're increasing the airline mandate that people will have to wear a mask at least until the beginning of May. And she said on the phone to me today, she said, when I'm traveling, I'm gonna have a mask on till Juvember. And I started laughing. I said, "Oh, you paying attention?" She said, "Absolutely. I will be whenever I fly, I will be wearing a mask." I said, "Absolutely. I will be doing the same thing as well, too." Yes, because the number of years I was in the airline industry, that's recirculated air, fresh air is pumped in, but just too many germs, too many people of different walks of life and background, and you don't know where they've been, who they've been around. So to me, the best thing is to definitely wear a mask until you're sure about some things. And I like the fact that the theaters are making us wear a mask when we.
Absolutely. We were not surprised when we were attending the theater and they had that sign right there before you can get there. We
Right.
were prepared to go. So it's good to see that.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. All right. Well, I've done the COVID information. I know you have been chomping at the bits to get the info out there. Oh, by the way, I've got to give you a compliment. I had a couple of people say that you and I have just such great chemistry on this show, and they really appreciate the information that we give to people each and every night. And I just want to thank you. We coming up on 2 years of doing this out of a thing to keep our people, people of all walks of life informed about what is going on and talk in a very layman's term, but yet intriguing, fascinating, all of that. And we just really appreciate that. So,
No. I
all right.
appreciate I love you and I appreciate you too. So thank you for that, Chad.
Absolutely. Absolutely, my love. All right, let's get into the good stuff, darling.
Well, let's before we get into the good stuff, we gotta, you know what you call me, the transition lady, right?
Yes, yes.
We
You're
gotta
the
report.
death announcement lady at church. You are her.
I'm
Yes.
the death announcement lady, and then we have to report to the first one. You may not know, for those soap opera fans, I'm a soap opera fan. Catherine Hayes, who played Kim Hughes on As the World Turns, one of my favorite soap opera stars. Unfortunately, she passed away this week at the age of 88, and she was like the grande dame. I mean, she
Yes.
played Kim Hughes for over 40 years
Right.
on As the World Turns. So, and she starred in many different other television series like Law and Order. She did a surprise role in Star Trek. But, Catherine Hayes is no longer here. And the voice of Aladdin, Gilbert Gottfried. I was so shocked to hear that
I
he had
was
passed away
stunned.
this week at the age of 67 due to a long illness. And if for those who don't know who Gilbert Gottfried is, you know the voice. He
Right.
has that voice that people just, once you hear, like, oh, we know who this is. Because a lot of people remember Beverly Hills Cop 1 and 2. He played the accountant and just
Yep.
kind of stole the show from the film, but also he's known with Atlanta playing the parakeet Drago, which he just kind of just took it.
Yeah.
So I was
Yes.
really sad to hear that and it's funny when you see pictures of him, he was tiny. I don't know,
Oh,
for some
yeah.
reason I thought he was a little bit taller, but see, I said, wow,
No.
he was really tiny.
No, I've met him on many occasions. The crazy piece is that I've never taken a picture with him, which I'm really upset about that. But Gilbert Gottfried was a very small, petite gentleman. Anytime you saw him or met him, he was nice, but he always had that look like, where he was squinting, and he dropped out of school at the age of 15 to
Wow.
pursue comedy. And so
Wow.
he is really one of those diamond in the rough type of stories, highly respected. A couple of months ago, he posted a picture of himself, Louis Anderson, and
Yes.
the other gentleman,
Bob Saget.
Bob
Bob Saget.
Saget. And I
Yes.
said yesterday when I saw that picture, I said, Lord, they are all performing at the big comedy club in the sky. It is
Yes,
just,
they are.
that's unbelievable that those three were close to each other, really friends. And to know they're all gone now is just unbelievable. And then it makes you wonder the number of comedians who have gone like that. So yes.
Yeah, so our prayers go out to the families of Catherine Hayes and also Gilbert Gottfried, who was just not only a wonderful comedic talent, he was a father as well as
Yes.
a husband and a brother. Because
Right.
I happened to see when they were doing tributes that he really was taking care of his sister who had some health challenges as well. So,
Right.
as you always say, Art, job well done, Mr. Godfrey.
Job well done. Yes, absolutely. All right. Well,
Yes.
girl, between terror attacks, the war that's still going on in Ukraine, to the crime here in Chicago, I had to have me a cocktail this evening because it has just been a hot mess. So I don't even know where do we start. I'm gonna let you drive the bus, and then we'll talk about the play later to close out the show, at least to leave on a high note.
Well, I had posted on my feed social media yesterday, which I had to we talked about this earlier because you had to calm me down. I don't know what's going to be happening this summer because we know there are a lot of different incidences of people just shooting up stuff, and we're going to talk about the main shot way up in New York. But there was some shooting near not near my house, in front of my house last night. I'm just minding my own business, watching Finding Your Roots on PBS with Dr. Henry Louis Gates with Regina King, which was very good, by the way. I highly recommend people see the
Love
show.
both of them. I love
Right.
both of them.
I'm hearing these shots and I'm like, what the F? And it left me just really shaken. And I had a long talk with our Heavenly Father last night. I said, Lord, we got to do something about this because summer has not hit here in the streets
No,
of Chicago yet.
no.
And I really believe this. I will say this publicly. This pandemic has turned people's minds. I don't know what the hell they've been drinking, smoking, whatever. It's kind
Right,
of just changed the trajectory of a lot of people. And I don't know what to say about this, Art. It's
right.
just really scary.
Debbie Green is spot on. The shootings, the people running the red lights, and the
Yes.
carjackings are
Yes.
just out of control, out of control. I saw a situation where you know how you'll be in traffic and okay, so there'll be cars parked along the curb. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There was a woman that came through and was trying to squeeze through the people in traffic and the cars. She took everybody's mirror off their car that was parked and kept going. Just so happened, one of the young men, he was running like Jesse Owens, called her and called the police. But she took the mirrors off at least 3 or 4 cars that day. And I mean, people creating their own lanes. People are now going into turning lanes, and instead of turning left, they jet off and go in front of you before you. It's too much. It's in the carjackings. Right. Look, I'm gonna ride raggedy. I'm not riding fabulous. I don't ride fabulous nowhere around the city. If I ride fabulous, it's on the weekend and I'm with people. And
Okay.
because otherwise, no, I'm not going to be bothered with this carjacking situation either. Because this stuff is crazy, 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 crazy.
We must stay prayerful, ladies and gents, because it's, as I said last night, I just was too. It just was so unsettling to me. I said, this is just ridiculous. I don't live on a busy street. This. It's supposed to be a quiet street, and to
Right.
hear it, and everybody know the difference between
Right.
firecrackers and gunshots. And I'm
Yes.
like,
Yes.
you've got to be kidding me. And then afterwards, the person who was shooting, you heard his mouth literally ready to incite more. I said, Lord, please. Just let
Well,
this.
I mean, even if you just look at the number of heinous crimes that have been happening lately, if you look just in the Auburn Gresham area of Chicago, the 2 people that were found dead in the closet a week or so ago. Then yesterday, a young man was, in a burning building. They found out he had been shot before the building was burning. I don't know what it is. I'm like you. I don't know if it's the air we're breathing, the food we're eating. I don't know what it is, but everybody is crazy as hell right now. And I just don't know, what can we do to make it better? And then when you just think it's a black or brown thing, no, this is something that is affecting all people.
Everybody.
Right.
This is a people thing. This is not
Right.
black, brown, Asian, nothing. This
Right.
is, thank you, Scott. This is, they have no common sense. I don't know what sense they have, but it sure as hell is not common.
Right. I agree. I agree with you on that. Well, speaking of New York, so even though we're having a lot of crime here in Chicago, New York City is actually experiencing a lot of crime as well, too. A lot of some of the same things,
Yes.
people being pushed on platforms, our public transportation system here. I would be so damn scared to get on anybody's bus, train. I walk before I get on anybody's bus or train in this city. Well, yesterday in New York, a crazy situation happened during morning rush hour on in Brooklyn. Go ahead and tell that story.
Well, I mean, when I first heard it, I said, this can't be, right? You're thinking they're just, this is not real. But apparently, a gentleman who is in his 60s, and his name is Frank James, went on the subway, put on a mask, put the he put I guess it was
Smoke bombs, smoke bombs.
thank you, a bomb, and then start shooting.
Right.
I said, what the heck? 10 people, I think the total was like 20 something people were injured. Thankfully, there were no fatalities. But this son of a gun was able to leave the train because, after that, and you think about it, if you've ever been in New York, y'all, and if you've ever been in a subway, it's always crowded. So you imagine somebody throws a smoke bomb, you can't see, and then bullets start spraying all over the place.
Right.
Total
right.
pandemonium.
Yes, chaos and pandemonium.
Really, but see, I had a feeling too they were going to catch that son of a gun, and it didn't take long for them to catch him because he had addresses not only in New York, Philadelphia, but Wisconsin. So
Chicago.
So once they claimed this person of interest, you and I both know it was just a matter of time they were going to catch that son of a gun, and they did.
As you always know what I say on this show, I hate when it's us. I really hate when it's one of us. It makes me just feel sick to my stomach. But to know this was a 62-year-old gentleman that is out here just mentally just crazy. They talked to one of his neighbors in Milwaukee where he lived, and she said he never would speak. He always would be arguing and screaming with people, always chopping up things. I guess there's a series of videos where he's just so hateful. And the thing is that I am now trying to avoid those type of people at all costs. People like that are psychos, and people, let them speak their mind, let them do what. No, I think social media has empowered a lot of lunatics, whether black, white, whatever the case may be. I think social media has allowed people to be able to just say what they want to say, do what they want to do, and just throw all caution to the wind. And really, it's a dangerous situation when you think about it.
Well, not only that, he talked about the mayor. And, just saying, so what about this mental health issue? And you're right. The gun was jammed. Otherwise, he could have really hurt a lot more people. It was because the gun was jammed. He left the gun. He left the key to a U-Haul behind. And that's how they were able to get him as quickly. But check this out, Art. If you remember the surveillance to the subway, the cameras weren't working. So what's up with that?
Well, girl, you'd be surprised that a lot of this stuff is not working when you think it's working. First of all, New York subway system is so old and so much concrete and stuff like that I bet you didn't know this. Even some of the police radios don't work down in those subways like that. You know what I'm saying? Because for anybody that's been to New York, our train system is almost better than theirs, because in New York, you can almost go down 2-3 levels to get on the right train. You know what I'm saying? Like the A train to the B train to the number 1 train, you might have to go up a flight of stairs, take an elevator, transfer, all of that. And so I'm not surprised those cameras may not have been working properly like that. I'm not. There are probably cameras here in Chicago that don't work like that, because here's the deal. If they did, we catch most of these fools out here that's doing all this craziness.
Well, wait. Some of the cameras for them ticket lights, those red lights, I bet they working.
Oh, they'll get them. They'll get them. Oh, are you kidding me? Yeah, they'll get them for sure.
Red light, them cameras are working real well.
Right. Debbie said New York subway is a trip. Yeah, she said I got lost. Right, Debbie. If you don't know what you're doing in New York, baby, you'll end up in Hoboken, New Jersey. Because that's how crazy that subway system is. And you have to keep in mind, it's really down there. Because when they said today on the news that a lot of the police officers' radios sometimes don't even work down in those stations. And then here's the other crazy piece. He had on a construction worker's uniform. Like he could have been somebody working on a station, or
he knew what he was doing. He knew. And unfortunately, they've accused him of terrorism, which that's the proper call. And I feel bad for his family. Now you think about it. He does. I'm sure he has a family. How do you think they feel? I would be kind of just embarrassed. I really would.
You know what? That has always been something that has been a fascination to me, that when people like this, and I don't care what race they are, when something like this happens, what toll does it take on the family? Do you become ostracized? Do you become, just the family nobody talks to anymore? Do you have to move and get new identities and all that? Because again, and I'm talking about any serial killer, any of these major, 9/11, any of that. I think about the people you leave behind and how they have to continue to move on with their lives,
I know. It's just really, really sad. I'm glad again that even though there were people who were severely injured, there were no fatalities, and they were able to get the suspect very quickly. The sad part, I'm sad that he was one of us. He was of African American descent. And I pray for his family, because I would not want to be in their shoes personally.
No, I would not either. Our thoughts and prayers go out to everybody in the New York subway shooting yesterday. All right, what else we got, dear?
Well, I guess in entertainment news, guess who got engaged again?
I can't with that no more. I'm so sick of that. I'm so sick of the Benifer. I'm so right.
Maybe the second time around may be fine. I saw Jennifer Lopez doing her Instagram on how she was proposed to again by Ben Affleck, and I thought it was sweet. And he proposed to her 20 years ago, didn't work out. They found each other again. I hope it works out for them. I don't want to hear any more Bennifer jokes. It's like, all right, you've gotten engaged. Y'all go on somewhere and get married. Don't try to be all, affluent in a sense. Go fly somewhere to an island, get married, and enjoy your life. But I'm happy for Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez. Hey.
Right. Here's the deal. I'm just one of those people that think about things like this. Okay, 20 years ago, you two were engaged to be married. Mm-hmm. Do you know how many men, circumstances, and situations have come since him? And how many famous men, how many prominent men? Here I am, just a meager, simple person, but I can imagine you marrying a celebrity and she done been banged by so-and-so. And so okay. All right. I wish them the absolute best. But as I said, that ain't none of my business. Good luck to all of y'all. Good luck. Because baby, she done been with them all. She done been with some fine men, some money men, all of that. And
we were not on the air when this happened. So we're not going, all I'm gonna say is somebody was banned for 10 years and we're gonna keep it moving.
Okay. Oh, Debbie Green said Rihanna had her baby. Did she really? I didn't know that. Really?
Oh, I know she was on the cover of Vogue, but she was awesome, by the way. But
what did she have? Right. Oh, I didn't know that. Wow.
Well,
oh my God. Yes. Wow.
Oh, congratulations,
Rihanna said large green diamond. Okay.
That's her favorite color. So, again.
Right.
We to talk, right?
Hey, Larry Miller, same goes for him. People are just right. They both, know what I'm saying?
Here's the thing. If they had gotten married to say, hey, we got married, then like, okay, you've done the damn thing. You said you got, But to say, oh, we're engaged again, it makes you wonder whether or not it's a what? Publicity stunt. But we hope that's
Girl,
not
all of this. Right, because I really don't give a damn. I really don't. I really don't. Congratulations, Rihanna had a girl. She had a little baby girl. Oh Lord, what this is getting ready to be a
Baby
diva in the making.
Riri.
Baby, this is gonna be a diva in the making already.
Woo, child.
Oh
Oh,
my
I can't wait to
God.
see. And you know she's very, because she's a close to a billionaire herself. So I am sure, can't wait to see baby Riri.
That's right. That's right. Oh my God. Same way.
Congratulations, Rihanna.
Yes, same way with Britney Spears, and now she's supposed to be pregnant. I don't give a damn. It don't make me no difference. Talking about she had an IUD in her for years to keep her from having babies because they needed her to be an entertainer. And I said to myself, okay, good for Britney. Girl, go on, do what you need to do. You free, Britney. You free. Bye, Britney. Do whatever you need to do.
Okay. I'm gonna
Yes,
leave my
moving on.
comments about that to say, but here's a
Yes.
positive, here's an interesting comment story. We all know Viola Davis. I mean, I've followed her career from when she started in Law and Order. You know, this is interesting, and it doesn't surprise me. But she said that other blacks didn't think she was pretty enough for the hit show, How to Get Away with Murder. And because she is darker skinned, which I think she is gorgeous to me. I've always thought Viola Davis, because she's a strong, just a strong woman, and she plays those characters that a lot of people cannot play. So
Right.
it's really interesting. She's always been criticized that people didn't feel that she was pretty enough to star in a hit show.
Right.
That really is just sad to me, but you know what?
Well,
But it's indicative, and that's the unfortunate. That doesn't happen with just acting. You think about in the corporate world, right? There are African American women who are of darker hue, who are just intelligent, just a well-rounded women, and they just get the short end of the stick, which pisses me off.
yes, I agree. I agree with you on that. So first of all, I think Viola Davis is just an incredible talent. She's such a talented woman. I think Viola Davis's looks are very unique to who she is. This coming weekend, she's going to be in that HBO about the first ladies, and she's playing Michelle Obama. So I'm very interested to see how that's going to come out. But the sad part is our own people inflict so much pain on each other, from colorism to homophobia to body shaming to whatever the case may be. And not that other races don't do it, but for a race of people that need to be continuously uplifted and moved into a different realm and a more prosperous outcome, we need to stop being so hateful of each other. Stop being so hateful of each other.
It starts historically from our history, right? And that's what needs to stop, right? It has to. It started from when our ancestors were enslaved, and we've heard the story where if you were fair complexion, you were the house Negro versus the field Negro of a darker hue, and people who were in the house felt they were better than the folks who were in the field. See, that's where it starts, and it's unfortunate. And that's a generational curse. Because I can tell you personally, in my own family, there's that colorism.
Oh, absolutely.
And it just really, it pisses me off.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. I agree with you 100%. My maternal grandmother and my maternal great aunt, that was a huge problem. It was a very huge problem. When you and I went to go see Relentless, I kind of shared that in the car coming home, where my maternal grandmother was the jazzier one, had the fairer skin. She had traveled, met wonderful men, all those type of things, where the other sister remained in the South. young mother, housewife, resentful about everything. And that carried on for a long time. And then on my father's side, it just a whole lot of dysfunction. Just, poverty is the best way you'll ever be and live. And a friend of mine posted today about sometimes the black sheep is the number one person or the person that makes a difference, because the black sheep is trying to break generational curses and read you about what the problem has been. So that's why I take my place as a black sheep with no problem, because I've seen dysfunction so much that I just every day said, God, just be a fence around me that I don't fall into all the dysfunction that I've seen. You know what I'm saying?
And that's just really sad. I mean, as I said, it happens I'm sure in every African-American family, there's evidence of colorism, and it really needs to stop, because we're bringing up a new generation. This generation is more multi-generational than any time in our history. And we need to really embrace ourselves and embrace what we have accomplished as a people. I mean, you think about it, what has happened since, we were off the air, that our first African-American Supreme Court Associate Justice Ketanji Brown Jackson, who has been confirmed. And I, as a Black woman, Art, it brought me to tears what she said, that it took 232 years and 119 appointments to get where we are. And it wasn't, she stands on the shoulders of a lot of people. And so that is something that all of us, I don't care what color you are, you need to embrace that. And it starts with teaching our children that you have to you don't judge by this, you judge by what they have, the integrity and the character of their spirit. So
that's right. That's right.
I really get emotional about that, but it just pisses me off.
I found something really interesting, and I thought I was the only person that kind of noticed this. But in my family, on my father's side, most of the what would these be? Okay, my cousin's children would be what, my second cousin or my first cousin, or
it depends upon if it's your father's siblings. If they're their kids, they're your first cousins. If they have kids, they're your second cousins.
Okay, so most of the young second cousins are all marrying somebody of another race.
Interesting.
Most of the young guys are marrying of the other race. They are marrying white or Hispanic. They're not marrying Black. And I find that to be the most interesting thing ever, that this younger demographic is not finding love within their own people. When you really think about it, how many wedding pictures or people celebrating a wedding? I know we've been in a pandemic, but even before the pandemic, how many young Black people have you seen? I'm getting married. I'm happy to be getting married. Love is no. Or they married another race. They are not marrying their own race. And it makes me wonder, what is that about? You know what I'm saying?
Given what this world is going through, given what we have gone through prior to George Floyd, a lot of our younger demographics, they've been, inundated with other races. So I can see that, and it's going to continue. It won't stop.
Interesting. I just find it the most interesting thing ever that, you came from show enough Black folks, and now you trying to cross all of that up with other races. But to each his own. I'm here to support whatever you want to do. Lord knows I live a different lifestyle and want you to support me. But I just find it strange that younger demographic now, they are marrying folks with pink toes and light brown toes. They're not marrying toes that look like their toes.
Yeah. And that's
granddaughter's cousin calls her white girl for 30 years. Granddaughter's cousin calls her white girl. Okay. I guess she thinks you're a white girl. I don't know. All right. Well, for those of you all that are just joining us, welcome to the Wednesday night edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. Tonight is our first and last show of this week. We apologize. We've been super, super busy because we've been out and about. We have now been requested to come to various plays, shows, things like that. So Kay, Renee, and I are able to talk about them to our audience. And so in just a couple of seconds, we're going to talk to you guys about Relentless. So many of you guys have asked in the comments, how was it? How was it? All of that. We're going to give you a review of it in just a few moments. Listen. If you have not subscribed to the show yet, please do so. Go to YouTube, Facebook, subscribe to the Real Chat Daddy Show. It's free. It's easy. It helps us to get sponsorship. It helps us to start monetizing the show. We've been doing this for 2 years faithfully every night, except for recently, because we are being invited out to do things publicly. So that's why we're not here with you guys, but you can always go back and watch encore shows. And another thing you can do is share this show with other people. Hit the share button on Facebook, go to YouTube, hit the share button, and just post it on your page or tell other people to watch the show. We greatly appreciate you guys so very much for all that you do. What is Debbie saying? See, y'all don't come to work. Right. Debbie, yeah, we do. Yeah, we do, Debbie. Yes, we do, baby. We love you, Debbie. Right. Debbie, we come to work, honey. We promise you we go come to work. That's what we try to do. Yes, we try to do that. All right. So, Kay, Renee, what else are we talking about?
When you're ready to talk about why we were not on the show last night and Monday night, because we were out and about.
Yes, we were. We were out and about. Debbie, we love you as well, too. Okay, so this past Saturday night, I had the pleasure of going to see the amazing Miss Renee Elise Goldsberry. This was the program from her show. She was at the Auditorium Theater, and she was there to celebrate the Auditorium Theater's anniversary. She is from Detroit. She is best known for her performance in Hamilton, her performance in Rent. She was absolutely amazing. She was funny. Her voice is just truly an instrument from God. She was on stage for 90 minutes and never even stopped for a sip of water. She never left the stage. She had great backup singers and everything. So a major shout out to the Auditorium Theater for celebrating such an auspicious anniversary and the number of just wonderful people who have graced your stage at the auditorium. But to have an evening with Renee Elise Goldsberry was just wonderful. It really was. So our good friend Miss Bonnie Deshawn had bought tickets for she and a friend for the friend's birthday. And you know, Bonnie's a generous woman. They sat front row. Nice. I was looking for Bonnie in the theater, and I'm like, Bonnie, where are you? Where are you? And when she said front, I mean front row. So it was really nice, but it was really, really great. So yes. Joseph, yeah, we supposed to be having some weather coming through like that now. Be safe, Joseph. Got please some severe weather moving through Cincinnati. Yeah, please get safe, Joseph, and you know, get away from windows and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. All right. Yes. So this past Monday night, the reason why we were not on air, Kay, Renee, and I had the chance to go see Relentless at the Goodman Theater. Timeline Theater Company, this is their production, but because it's so great, it was at the Goodman Theater, and we got a chance Monday night to go check it out. Now, here's the deal, ladies and gentlemen. The production is 3 hours long with a 15-minute introduction. Intermission. But it is, what did I say? Introduction with a 15-minute introduction, 15-minute intermission. And I'm going to tell you guys this much. Do not buy a cocktail on that intermission, because by the time I got through the line, bought the cocktail, they were like, you can't take nothing but water back in the theater. I came back to my seat, toe up from the floor up, and had to stay woke that other hour and a half.
I had to nudge him just a little bit. Say, okay, Chad, come on now. We're going to make it. We're going to make it.
Yes. Yes, absolutely. All right. So now, Kay, Renee, without giving Relentless away, what did you think? And then let's get into a little dialogue about it.
I just have 4 words. Powerful, poignant, relevant, relentless.
Yes. Yes. Absolutely. So, Relentless is the story of two affluent sisters, African American women in the early 1900s, who their mother was born a slave. Their grandmother was born a slave. Their mother was a freed slave, and they had a house. Was it in Philadelphia?
Philadelphia, yes.
Philadelphia. And it talked about just so many different things that are very relevant to the day and age in which we live in now. The two actresses that played the sisters were just incredible. The male actors, it's only really about 6 people in the entire production. And I just thought it was the best thing ever. What else did you like about it?
Oh my goodness. Even though it was 3 hours long, it didn't seem like it moved by very quickly. The writing is phenomenal. As Art indicated, it is definitely relevant because it takes place in 1919. And of course, for your historian buffs, the year prior was the year of the Spanish flu. So
that's right.
Talks about that, talks about rioting. Sounds familiar, doesn't it, ladies and gents? What I loved was the costume design, the set design. It was just, and the acting was just so authentic. And being a single woman, the men, they were great eye candy. That's all I got to
the
say.
men, they look. I'm not a single man, but honey, they was great little eye candy.
They were good looking eye candy.
Women were nice looking to me too. Everybody was just beautiful.
They were just exactly.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna say again, the men were looking kind of good.
They were looking kind of good to you. They looking right. They make it
kind of good.
Right. They had you sitting there like right. So yeah.
And then of course the playwright herself. She was originally from Chicago.
Tyler Abercrombie
from the Austin neighborhood. Is an actress herself. I just want to give kudos to her for just coming up with the idea and as I said, the words, ladies and gents, which you're going to really just fall in love with is the script in itself, the writing. So, it's 10 stars out of 5, 10 stars. That's why I give it 10 stars.
It was excellent. It was really excellent. And I want to give a major shout out to Mr. Ron O.J. Parson. He was the director of it, and he was there Monday night. I got a chance to speak to him and, that type of thing. But no, I thought it was just wonderful. For any of you all that are going to see Relentless, you will enjoy it. Now, Candace did put up a comment. She said, my Relentless audience was mixed reactions. I felt like blacks could relate to it more, where whites laughed at the wrong time. Just wondering your thoughts. Interesting.
That's interesting. She mentioned that. And yes, there were some instances, but you know what? That was some nervous laughter because let's be real clear. Sometimes when we hang around with the vanilla persuasion and we have conversations about race relations, sometimes they just laughed because they're nervous. They need to probably just have a stoic face and not respond at all. So, but that's an interesting perspective, Candace, because I felt that way as well.
Yes, absolutely. Very good. Candace responded back. They were laughing. I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. Oh, they were funny. I'm glad you. Oh no, we did. We really enjoyed it. Candace said, "I agree." K. Renee, yeah, it was. It was really good. Debbie says, "Love plays that make audiences feel uncomfortable." Absolutely. Right. And the one thing I will say about the audience we was in, it was 50-50, white and black, and it really was really good. Yeah, it was.
It was. And like I said, kudos to the whole the staff at the Goodman, as well as Miss Tyler and the actors. They were just phenomenal.
Yeah. Make sure you all wear your booty cushions that night when you go, because baby, my arse was so sore when I got baby. I think my limit is maybe this show. You know what I'm saying? Because my earth was out of it. Right. I couldn't feel my earth.
I was so proud of you, Art, because when you talked about that cocktail, I said, okay, let me make sure you all right. Because when we left, you were like, Aaron, I got to get home because I'm like,
right. Yes, baby. I threw that. I was like, baby, I ain't finna waste this cocktail now. And I threw that cocktail back, and baby, I said, oh Lord, let me try to get to my seat. I got there and I said, okay, now. I said, please, Art, you cannot go to sleep in this because everybody gonna see you. They know you, all of that. So I stayed awake, but it was so good that I made it through. But you better believe when I got home, I took my break.
And wasn't that the funny part? When we got there, people were like, Chat Daddy.
I know. So look, child, I was just like, oh Lord. I was like, right. And I really appreciate everybody was giving us compliments about the show and everything. Here we go. Was there dialogue after the play amongst the viewers? Now, Demetra, here's the funniest thing. When that play was over, it was about 10:15. People was getting the hell up out of there. Right. And it was opening night. Night. So it wasn't much conversation that we heard from people that were there because, people were scattering to get out of there because we had got there about 7 and it was really like 10:15 when we got out of there. So, most of the conversations that have been on social media, have been on shows much like this show or podcasts and things like that. But no, I thought it was, really great. I thought it was well worth it. And it has been extended, you guys, until May 8th, which is Mother's Day. So, yes. So if you have not had a chance to see it and you do want to see a period piece that is very much relatable to the day and time in which we live in, Relentless gets 2 thumbs up from me. Yay, 2 thumbs up. Very good. Very good. All right, darling. Is there anything else we need to cover?
Well, yeah, because on April 15th,
this Friday, Good Friday,
there is 100th anniversary of our first African-American mayor of Chicago.
Oh, wait, was
Harold Washington will be celebrating his centennial heavenly birthday.
I thought his birthday was yesterday, or was that just the celebration yesterday?
Celebration is official. The day he was born was on tax day, Good Friday.
Oh, wow.
1922. And I've got to do some research because my late maternal grandfather had always said to me, we related to Harold Washington. So I may need to call Dr. Henry Louis Gates and say, I'm going to need some research assistance because I like to know if that's the case, if I'm related to the late mayor, because my grandfather's last name was Washington. And he always said, yes, when Harold got elected mayor, I'll never forget my grandfather, who had a photographic memory. He was just phenomenal. He said, we related to Harold. I said, well, stop saying that, grandfather. He said, no, we're related. He never could prove it to me. So I got to, that'll be whenever I'm not doing anything else. All right. I said, I got to find this out whether or not I'm related to the late Harold Washington. But
wow, that's incredible. That would be great. That would be good. It really, really would. But, all right. Well, happy 100th birthday to the late, great Mayor Harold Washington, the first African-American mayor of the city of Chicago. He died, into the second year of his, or the second term?
Around Thanksgiving, because I'll tell you a story. Every year in Thanksgiving, my family will always drive to Birmingham to see my great aunt who lived in Birmingham. On our way back to Chicago, we had stopped in Indiana for gas. And I guess one driver who saw we were from Chicago is saying, oh, your mayor has passed. And we're thinking, what, he passed here? We didn't really realize that Mayor Harold Washington had passed. So he died November 25th, 1987. But he was born April 15th, 1922.
Wow. I'm there. Look, it must be these storms coming through. Anything else we need to cover before it gets too bad?
Well, I'm back this coming Saturday with Candid Conversations with my podcasting sister, and we're going to be talking about all things cannabis because 420 is Cannabis Day, Weed Day, and so we're going to be talking about that on Saturday at 9 a.m. Excuse me, at 11 a.m. Central Time, noon Eastern, 9 Pacific on Facebook and YouTube. So,
Wow.
this chance,
Debbie
you
said
guys.
Debbie says that she was working in the emergency room at
Oh,
Northwestern
wow.
Hospital when they brought Harold Washington to the ER. Wow, 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 wow.
That's
And
something.
Candace said she was on her way back to college when he died. Yeah,
Yeah.
it was really emotional. Well, congratulations on K&K talking about cannabis this weekend. Next weekend on 420, we're going to have a conversation on the show about cannabis as well, too. We
Yes.
have a great week lined up next week. We'll be here Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday next week to bring you some great shows. Y'all don't hate on us. We just being
Please don't.
invited to stuff. Right. Don't hate on us. We're trying to bring
Thanks.
you all wonderful reviews, accurate things. So we appreciate that so much. All right. Okay, Renee, let's do that nugget of knowledge, darling.
And it's a good nugget too. This is Wise Words Wednesday, and we talk about confidence. And confidence isn't walking into a room with your nose in the air and thinking you are better than everyone else. It's walking into a room and not having to compare yourself with anyone in the first place. Again, this is Wise Words Wednesday. Hashtag be confident within yourself.
Oh, that is so beautiful. And for more information, please go to Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge.com. Karen's Nuggets of Knowledge.com. That's where you can find out more information, read all of her nuggets, and support her brand and products as well, too. So thank you, darling. That was really wise. That was cute. That was
about
cute.
Confidence. That's right.
Yes.
Because we all
So
confident.
this coming Friday, ladies and gentlemen, is Good Friday. So we want to wish all of you all a wonderful Good Friday. This coming Sunday is Easter Sunday. May you and your family have a wonderful Easter. Be safe, be wonderful, be beautiful. And Monday is the dreaded tax deadline day. So, oh no, what a whammy. Eat some good food on Sunday and then cry on Monday.
Cry on Monday. That's right.
And cry on Monday. And cry on Monday. Oh, Joseph said you got to come on tomorrow to make up for Monday and Tuesday. Oh, Joseph, we love you. We do, babe. We got a lot going on. A lot.
Yes,
our life has changed a little bit, but we got a lot going on. But we promise you guys, we'll be back next week with a full week of shows. Happy Easter. We appreciate you guys so much. That is so funny. Come back tomorrow. I got somewhere to go tomorrow night, Joseph. I can't. I'm telling you, the world is opening back up. Right. That's amazing how we did this show just out of love to keep people connected and talk. And it just all started, and now people are like, oh, we miss you guys. I'm like, oh, so thank you. We appreciate you guys so much. We really, really do. It's been just wonderful. So be safe, everybody. We love you guys. When you get a chance, please go to the Real Chat Daddy Show, YouTube, Facebook, subscribe. It does not cost you anything. Get other people to subscribe. We really would appreciate it. For more information about yours truly, please visit therealchatdaddy.com. Therealchatdaddy.com is where you need to go. Let me see. Oh boy, Joseph, is it that bad there? He said, I'm getting under the sheets. I'm sure they said the weather. He ain't talking about sex. He talking about how bad this weather is. They said, right. He in Cincinnati. So they said his weather's supposed to be ridiculous tonight. Oh, Candace, we miss you as well, too. We'll be back Monday night. We will. We love you guys. Have a wonderful and safe Easter. Be well, my friends. We'll see you Monday night for another edition of the Real Chat Daddy Show. On behalf of K. Renee and yours truly, Chat Daddy, thank you guys so very much. Be safe, be well, be wonderful. Let's get the comments before we get out of here. Anything else we want to say to the audience?
Just miss you guys. Thank you for the support each and every day. Your authenticity, your laughter. It definitely, you have no idea. It makes us smile. So thank you so much.
It does. We appreciate you guys. Thank you. We as I tell people, whether 10, 12, 50 people, 1,000 people, watch. It makes me no difference. We do what we do. Larry, we appreciate you. Brother Debbie, we appreciate you. Joseph, Therese, we appreciate you. Let's see. Who else was here? Candace.
Shanita.
Nita, Demetra, Watika. Who else was here with us tonight? I'm going through all the Carlotta, Catherine. Hey, Catherine. Let's see. Who else do we have tonight? Oh, Scorpio Love. Of course, I have got to acknowledge Scorpio Love. Yeah. All right. Oh, thank you, Joseph. We really appreciate you. You guys have gotten through these. Oh, we really appreciate you. We do. All right. Well, you guys have a beautiful and wonderful Easter. We love you so very much. We'll see you next Monday night at 7 p.m. Be well, you guys. And remember, no bunny knows Easter better than you, bunny. Baka, baka, baka. Love you guys. Bye. Bye. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Real Chat Daddy Show.